Hackers plan their assaults by adhering to a series of phases or stages that make up the cyber attack life cycle, also known as cyber kill chain. The network and assets of an organization must be protected from attacks at every stage of the attack life cycle. In light of this, good morning to all of you. My name is Chima Felix, and today we'll discuss what the cyber life cycle resilience is. But first, let's take a closer look at the description of the cyber resilience. Cyber resilience is the capacity of an organization to withstand and recover from cyber attacks. Businesses have a better chance of surviving complex attacks, such as ransomware, distributed denial of service, and social engineering attacks, and avoiding protracted outages and data loss by strengthening their resilience. The cyber kill chain is a step-by-step method for comprehending a cyber attack to identify and halt harmful behavior. It was derived from a military model by Lockheed Martin in 2011. The cyber kill chain, which is also known as the cyber attack lifecycle, can aid companies in better comprehending the circumstances that led to a cyber attack at the point at which they can stop, identify, or intercept attackers in the future. Cybersecurity specialists expanded the cyber kill chain from the original 7 steps to 8, including reconnaissance, weaponization, delivery, exploitation, installation, command and control, actions on objectives, and monetization. In light of this, let's examine the various actions that should be taken at each of the 8 phases of the cyber kill chain to thwart an assault. Now, in reconnaissance stage, attackers start to select targets and formulate an attack strategy during the reconnaissance phase, which some refer to as the observation phase. This stage frequently entails tasks like investigating potential entry points, figuring out vulnerabilities, and studying potential targets. In light of this, we can avoid this stage by doing the subsequent actions. First of all, to identify unusual activities such as unauthorized network searches, network monitoring can also be used. Users can take security awareness training to learn to be cautious about the content they put online. Continuously examine network traffic flows to find and stop host sweeps and port scans. Moving on, we have the weaponization phase. Attackers create the attack vector at this point for the upcoming cyber attack. This might include malware that allows for remote access, ransomware, or a virus or worm that can take advantage of a flaw found during the reconnaissance phase. In light of this, these are the actions that can help avoid this stage, and one of them include solutions for blocking harmful information in emails and websites and reducing possible phishing attacks. Block high risk applications and gain complete visibility into all traffic, including SSL. Add remote and mobile devices to those protections. By blocking dangerous websites using URL filtering, prevent perimeter intrusions. Now we have the next phase, which is delivery. Attackers then use a medium like phishing emails or network or system hacking to convey the attack vector to their target. This is the point that the attacker formally initiates an attack against a target, regardless of the kind of attack they intend to launch. And as a result, by doing the following actions, which we'll be stating soon, we can avoid this stage. Firstly, deliver automatic global safeguards to detect unknown malware and block new threats. Continue to inform consumers about spam phishing links, trading emails, dangerous websites, etc. Additionally, solutions for blocking dangerous content and reducing possible phishing attempts can be found in email filtering and online filtering. Next, we have the exploitation phase. Now, the malicious code is then carried out inside the systems of the target. Attackers now have the chance to further compromise the target systems by installing tools, launching scripts, or altering security certificates thanks to the perimeter breach. Due to this, we can avoid this stage by taking the following actions. First, one of them include to find system vulnerabilities that need to be patched, conduct regular vulnerability scans or penetration testing. Exploitation attempts can also be found and stopped using intrusion detection or intrusion prevention systems. Automatically distribute fresh defenses worldwide to fend off follow-up attacks. Next, we have the installation phase. The attack vector is placed on the target's computers during the phase that immediately follows the exploitation phase. Attackers may build backdoors into the target systems or networks during the installation phase, so they may still access them even if the initial point of entry is found and secured. In light of this, we can avoid this stage by doing the subsequent actions, which include prevent the installation of malware on endpoints, networks, and cloud services, whether known or unknown. Create secure areas with carefully enforced user access restrictions and offer continuous monitoring and inspection of all traffic between areas. Limit user access to local administrators. Users should receive training on how to spot malware infections and how to respond if something goes wrong. Next, we have the command and control phase. Attackers employ the attack vector they successfully installed during the installation phase of the attack to remotely control devices or identities within the target's network. During the command and control phase, threat actors may also shift laterally to evade detection and open up additional avenues of access. In light of this, we can prevent this stage through the following steps, which include network analysis and monitoring, which can be used to spot odd communication patterns. Unwanted connections can also be stopped using a firewall or DNS filtering. Block outgoing files and data pattern uploads as well as command and control connections. To ensure widespread knowledge and prevention through DNS monitoring, create a database of harmful domains. Implementing granular application control to only allow approved programs will reduce the attacker's ability to move laterally with unidentified tools and scripts. Next, we have the actions on objective phase. Once the attacker or intrusive party has obtained continued access, they eventually take action to achieve their goals, such as ransomware, encryption, data theft, or even data erosion. In other words, attackers complete their initial tasks, such as data exfiltration, or should I say exfiltration, data destruction, or encryption. Due to this, we can avoid this stage by taking the following actions, which includes utilizing threat intelligence technologies to proactively look for signs of a network compromise, to implement the proper prevention-based measures, create bridges between the network operations center and the security operations center, enforcing user access control for secure zones while keeping an eye on and inspecting all traffic between the zones. Now, to preserve priceless assets, use encryption and data loss prevention. That is DLP. Security teams should be well prepared in incident response techniques to handle the later phases of the cyber kill chain, in addition to proactive defense methods to reduce attackers' chances of obtaining an early foothold in the system. Implement granular application control and user control to impose file transfer application policies across the organization, eradicating well-known archiving and transfer techniques, and limiting the attacker's capacity to move laterally using unidentified tools and scripts. Attackers now, in the next stage is monetization. Attackers concentrate on making money from the successful attack during the monetization phase, whether through some type of ransom or selling private information on the dark web. Now, the cyber kill chain has developed over time to foresee and comprehend contemporary cyber dangers more accurately. Organizations and experts in data security have also embraced it to assist in outlining the phases of an attack. Now, the future of the cyber kill chain is unknown. Nevertheless, due to the continually changing nature of cyber threats, a new XDR framework or kill chain that utilizes MITRE attack framework may be more advantageous to security teams as extended detection and response becomes more crucial for contemporary cybersecurity strategy. In light of this, we can prevent this stage through the following steps. installation of IDS, which is intrusion detection system, and also IPS, which is intrusion prevention system, installation of firewalls, implementation of security controls, update security software, and also monitoring of all network traffic. Additionally, exfiltration can be viewed as one of the stages of the cyber kill chain. It is vital to remember this. It is crucial to follow the many phases, including education and awareness raising, strong authentication and access control, segmentation and encryption to prevent cyber attacks at these points. In regard to this, let's examine the various drives that typically enable attackers to complete their purpose. Now, the money that hackers can make by stealing your bank information, passwords, or customer information, holding it for ransom, or by sending your data to rivals on the dark web is one of their main driving forces. Cyber attacks can have a variety of reasons, but they typically fall into one of these three categories: criminal, political, or personal. Attackers with criminal intent aim to obtain money through data theft, money laundering, or interruption of the company. Cyber criminals may utilize social engineering ploys to con people into giving money to them, or bank account hacking to bank account hacking to steal money directly. Data may be stolen by hackers who then use it to perpetrate identity theft, sell it on the dark web, or hold it hostage. It's very important to note this. Now, moving on, before we continue, we have different should I say different motives that usually satisfy the mission of attackers. Now, first being financial gain. Financial gain is a common motivation for cyber criminals. They aim to obtain sensitive data that they can resell on the black market or use for them fraudulently, such as credit card information, personal information, or login passwords. We also have brand damage, which can also be classified as reputation damage. Another common motivation for attack is to harm an organization's reputation by disclosure of private information or the use of denial of service attacks. A cybersecurity breach may have a long-lasting effect, such as a damaged reputation. A corporation that neglects to secure its digital assets risk losing the faith of its clients, partners, and investors. Additionally, a breach can provide rivals an advantage. Businesses must understand the significance of protecting their brand and reputation through strong cybersecurity procedures as the world becomes progressively more digital, what and advanced. Next, next we have next we have system what? System access. It is very important to note. It can also be classified under white hat hackers. Another reason a hacker would initiate a cyber attack is for the joy of it, or for the mental challenge of breaking into a network without authorization. Even though these attackers frequently have good intentions, they can still harm company systems. Other so-called white hat hackers do it to help firms strengthen their security defenses and for legitimate reasons. In other words, cyber criminals can acquire illegal access to a system of a company to get very sensitive information about the company, which they can then exploit to hurt the company. Additionally, they have the potential to harm an organization's system. To deploy malware, participate in espionage, or demonstrate their power, skill sets, and competence, an attacker could demand access to the company's systems. This could also take the form of holding a business or person hostage or stealing personal information to sell on the black market. Next, we have the business intelligence motive. Some cyber attacks have more commercial motivations, with attackers utilizing phishing and other techniques to obtain user passwords, compromise business networks, and access confidential data. To steal extremely sensitive data and maybe hold a company to ransom, more focused assaults like whaling, which target senior executives and high-profile individuals, demand extensive amounts of investigation and planning. Next, we have espionage, the espionage motive. Cyber espionage is the practice of gathering sensitive data, trade secrets, intellectual property, or government secrets for political, economic, or strategic benefit by nation states, corporate rivals, or other entities. Cyber operations may also be carried out by government or state-sponsored organizations to further their objective, engage in geopolitical gameplay, or gather intelligence. Cyber espionage is typically associated with the theft of intellectual property, although it may also be concerned on the theft of private data about acquisitions, marketing strategies, and other forms. Although firms have been known to conduct cyber espionage against rivals, nation state entities are thought to be the main group of cyber espionage attackers. Next, we have what activism. Now, activists are people or organizations with political or social goals to further their views, spread awareness for their causes, or express disapproval of perceived injustice. They attack institutions, websites, or other systems. Now, some people are motivated to attack organizations to make a statement for social or ideological reasons. A good example of activism would be the hacking and defacement of system used by the US government, where the attackers what posted messages that were critical of capitalism and or democracy. Next, we have sabotage and disruption. For political and ideology motives, some threat actors target key infrastructure, services, or activities rather than being driven by financial gain. Now, these are other examples of motives that usually satisfy the mission of attackers. We have other examples include business competition, which is actually one of the most popular ones, theft of intellectual property, etc. Now, in light of this, let's examine more closely how the cybersecurity lifecycle, cybersecurity framework, and methodologies may be used to create a cybersecurity program that supports an organizational strategic and business aim. Now, firstly, in under the cybersecurity lifecycle, we have identify, which also can be comprehended as assess the security risk. You must first identify the vulnerable cyber assets and information that could be great targets if you want to safeguard your company from cyber criminals. To determine the kind of threats your company faces, you must inventory your assets and adopt data classification policies to prioritize security investments for the IT assets that could potentially have the highest commercial impact in the case of a cyber attack. This preliminary analysis is also essential. Additionally, you may create appropriate security rules to stop the improper use of your IT assets if you have a thorough understanding of the many cyber dangers that your IT assets pose. Under identify, we have different categories which include track and organize users' access to data. The process of categorizing data to find the information that must be what safeguarded from attackers is known as data classification, which we mentioned previously. Next, we have the inventory your IT assets, which include tracking, identify the vulnerabilities of hardware and software assets is required under this. Now, one expression can be used for this. IT Asset Manager software offers an easier and quicker operative. You may map various IT assets such as SaaS applications and IoT gadgets with the aid of such a solution, and it will automatically keep track of systems that require upgrading or replacing. Now, next we have protects, which can also be classified as implement security measures. Now, once you've determined the sensitive data and priceless cyber assets you want to safeguard, it's time to implement security measures. It takes a multi-pronged strategy to safeguard your organization, but with the correct cybersecurity solution, or should I say solutions, and employee education, you can be sure that your IT assets and business data are well protected. While cybersecurity software will protect your network systems and data from hacking, security training will make sure that the staff is aware of any potential threats and responsible for how they conduct themselves at work. Under this, we have different categories which include using the right cybersecurity solutions, which we already mentioned, and also we have conducting security training for the employees within the given organization. Next, we have detect, which can be also be classified as monitor threats proactively. In the cybersecurity lifecycle architecture, the proactive threat detection phase is crucial because it helps your company stop hackers from accessing your systems and remaining unnoticed for up to 4 years. To prevent mishaps or threats, you must regularly check the logs on your networks, devices, and applications. Find weaknesses and address them before they develop into significant cybersecurity incidents. It entails conducting security assessments. Your company's ability to respond to and recover from cyber attacks will be improved by having an active threat monitoring procedure in place. Now, under this, we have different categories which include creating logging policy, a data logging policy, and also performing security testing. Next, we have respond, which can be classified as create a response plan. No security architecture is 100% secure, and hackers may uncover gaps in your defenses. You need an incident response strategy to be ready for any such scenario. Now, your company will be better equipped to respond promptly to any cyber attack if you are prepared with an incident response strategy. You'll be able to accurately predict the effects it will have on your business, promptly alert the important parties, and have a team prepared to handle the problem. The barrier that prevents a very minor threat from developing into a data breach horror story is the capacity to react quickly and effectively. Under this, we have other categories which include creating a cyber incident response plan. Very, very, very important notes to take. And also consider getting a cyber insurance policy. Again, very important to note. Next, we have the last phase, which is recover, which can also be classified as ensuring business what continuity. An organization can sustain significant financial losses in the absence of a strong business continuity plan, such as a data backup strategy. According to our 2020 State of Data Security Report, 75% of organizations paid ransoms to hackers to obtain their data back, yet 30% of them failed to do so. A business continuity strategy strengthens your organization's resistance to such occurrences and is essential for the quick restoration of your IT and operational systems. Additionally, your clients will trust you more with their data if you can quickly resume your operations and systems. This will reduce the number of resources lost due to disruption. Under this, we have some categories also which include establish a business continuity plan, which we mentioned, very, very important. This is the one major one that is under this category. Now, furthermore, an enterprise should adhere to set of business practices known as what cybersecurity framework to manage its cybersecurity risk. By identifying the parts of an organization most vulnerable to data breaches and other compromising activities, the framework tries to adopt policies, procedures, and other controls to lower those risks to manageable levels. The organization's risk management strategy and programs are well aligned with a strong cyber risk management framework. A strong framework in conjunction with contemporary IT and artificial intelligence can be a great defense against cyber attacks. Also, risk management must be given top priority inside the firm and to remain in compliance with the laws. And it's important to remain in compliance with cyber laws. It's also important that the firm must also adhere to cybersecurity standards. The organization must apply best practices to reduce and prevent hazards. Also, the implementation of a cybersecurity program that supports an organization's strategic and business aims aims can be facilitated by these what measures. Now, businesses can organize information to enable better risk management decisions, address cybersecurity risk, and enhance overall cybersecurity strategy by utilizing the NIST cybersecurity framework, for instance. Now, organizations can measure and meaningfully compare their cybersecurity effectiveness to industry standards using the NIST cybersecurity framework. A crucial component of enterprises' systematic procedures for determining and managing cybersecurity risk might be the NIST cybersecurity framework. The framework's goal is to help organizations find gaps and create improvement plans for their cybersecurity risk management, not to replace any currently used procedures. When creating a strategy for improvement, the framework can assist cybersecurity teams in setting priorities for implementing systematic change to address key risks first. In light of this, some of the some of the some of the actions, or some of the ways in which cybersecurity framework may be used to create a cybersecurity program that aids an organization's strategic and business goals include, first of all, again, identify, protect, detect, respond, and recover are part of this category. We also have prioritizing and scoping. We have the orientation. We have creating a current state, very, very important. We have risk assessments. We have creating a desired state, again, within the program to help us identify and what prevents cyber attacks. We also have prioritizing the gaps. Again, searching and looking for gaps, identify the gaps within the organization or system to what limit and mitigate cyber attacks risk. And lastly, we have implementing an action plan, taking an action within after identifying the attack. Very, very important. Now, it will be significant. It will significantly enhance the overall security posture of any business, no matter how big or small, if it is implemented consistently throughout time and change by the firm's present situation. Now, the NIST framework offers a comprehensive method for managing cybersecurity risk that may be applied by enterprises, groups, and sectors alike. It helps with the development of standard profiles that link policy with business requirements and identify prospective cybersecurity risk management activities that fall within the purview of your organization. The framework core outlines a series of steps to take to accomplish particular cybersecurity outcomes and provide examples from the advice that can assist you in achieving those objectives. When building a cybersecurity program and evaluating already existing cybersecurity programs to see how they compare, SCA assists firms in following a tried and true process. Very, very, very important to note. Now, moreover, cybersecurity methodologies or techniques offer important insights into the execution of contemporary cyber attacks. Understanding the most recent attack methods is crucial for businesses and organizations to better protect themselves as attackers become sophisticated. Tools for risk management and threat modeling, vulnerability management, security controls, security awareness and training, and incident response are some cybersecurity methodologies and also techniques. Also, it's important to keep in mind that there are 8 steps to developing a cybersecurity strategy, including performing security risk assessment, setting security goals, assessing technology, choosing a security framework, reviewing security policies, developing a risk management plan, putting your security strategy into action, and evaluating your security strategy. Now, some of the major category under the cybersecurity methodology, which will help us establish a cybersecurity program that are placed within the business initiative, include raising cybersecurity awareness, utilization of firewalls and backups, passwords, and also multi-factor authentication. Now, utilization of virtual private network, and also installation of antivirus softwares. Very, very important. Now, furthermore, by taking the various steps, risk identification, establishing policies and procedures, risk management, organizational monitoring, and development of incident response plans, we can apply cybersecurity methodologies to create a cybersecurity program that supports an organization's strategy and business initiatives also, in addition to what we previously, to the steps we previously mentioned and I showcased before you. Please, if you have a question, you can ask. Thank you and have a good day.